So just for our viewers and listeners, what are some of the biggest lessons that you'd like to share that you've learned along the way as entrepreneurs, and especially for a services business and e-commerce as well? It doesn't really matter. So what are some of the big lessons that you've learned or tips that you'd like to share? Just two or three that you think are really, really important for entrepreneurs and those who are starting out.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I think my biggest advice would be to know what the feedback loop is and listen to it. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically taking action, seeing what the results of that action are, and then improving or reiterating on that and doing that over and over. And over time, you improve. Hopefully, it can work the other way too. And so what we find with a lot of entrepreneurs is that they take action, and then instead of improving on what they've learned, they go in a new direction.
Mm-hmm.
And they do different actions, and they spread themselves like horizontal in all the actions they're taking. And we're like, but when you really question them and you're like, what's working in your business? What's your hero product? Like, they know these answers. And it's just go all in on that. Like, keep reiterating on that and keep improving. So I think the feedback loop is like the most important thing. And you do that over and over time, and you scale and grow and become successful. So yeah, that's mine.
I love that. Love that. Okay.
Mine would be to don't go into business expecting to not work. Mm-hmm. I think that what we see and sometimes feel is, it's a lot of hard work to grow any business, mm-hmm. whether an e-commerce brand or a service-based brand. And you really have to be willing to put in that work and make the sacrifices to be able to do that. Like, mm-hmm. we've sacrificed a lot of friendships and a lot of time with family and a lot of things that to help us focus and put as much energy and time into our business as we can. And we don't regret any of it. And it's been amazing and fun. It's been really hard too, but I think that a lot of entrepreneurs and founders are trying to make a passive income, and they're mm-hmm. trying to, not work with their business. And the reality is, it's never ending work. Mm-hmm. So, being willing to put in the hours and the time to do that is one of the biggest things that you can do in the early stages of business, especially. Mm. Because Nicolle always does this analogy that I find is true for everybody. Remember those like merry-go-rounds at school that where they have the metal ones that all the kids would pile on, and then like you push them, Mm-hmm. When you get a bunch of kids on there and you start pushing it, it's really hard to get going. Mm-hmm. Like, you have to put a lot of effort into it. Sometimes you need like 3 kids pushing it. But once it's going, you can kind of stick your foot out and you can keep it going. So momentum is very hard to build. It's easier to maintain. So when you're in that momentum building stage, it's a season of life that's going to be kind of hard. You're going to have to give up some vacations. You're going to have to golf less. You're going to have to do less things for yourself to be able to build it. But be willing to do that, and you will see success. The founders that we see don't complain about working and put in the time and do it. Those are the ones that actually build the 7 and 8 and 9 figure businesses.